Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel Body Mind Healing. My name is Maria Sanchez. I am a holistic health consultant, a family nurse practitioner, a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and a doctor of nursing practice. Today, we're exploring a profound idea: heaven and hell in the mind. Heaven and hell are not places we travel to someday. They are inner climates we enter, sometimes within the same hour, depending on what our consciousness is doing. One moment, the world feels open, meaningful, and tender. The next, it feels hostile, heavy, and trapped. The street hasn't changed. The sky hasn't moved, yet everything looks different. That difference isn't a trick. It is a revelation. Reality is filtered through awareness, and awareness can either liberate us or imprison us. When we imagine heaven and hell as distant destinations, we overlook the quiet power we carry every day, the power to interpret. Two people can experience the same event, an unexpected delay, a harsh comment, and walk away living in completely different worlds. One mind says, "This ruins everything. I'm always unlucky." Another mind says, "This is frustrating, but I can handle it. Maybe there's a reason to slow down." The external facts are similar. The internal meaning is not. Meaning is the architect of experience. It builds either a sanctuary or a furnace inside us. Hell, as a state of mind, is often not dramatic. It can be subtle and persistent. Resentment that keeps replaying yesterday. Fear that keeps borrowing from tomorrow. Shame that turns the self into an enemy. Hell is the mind clenched around a story it refuses to release. It narrows attention until life becomes a tunnel, and that tunnel becomes the truth. In that state, even good news can feel threatening. Hell is not just pain. It is suffering multiplied by resistance, by the belief that what is happening should not be happening, that we are alone in it, and that it will never change. Heaven, as a state of mind, is not the absence of problems. It is the presence of inner space. Heaven is the mind that can breathe around reality instead of fighting it. It's the ability to feel sadness without drowning in it, to face uncertainty without turning it into a catastrophe. Heaven is not constant happiness. It is steady aliveness. It is gratitude that notices what is still good without denying what hurts. It is compassion that softens the sharp edges of the world, starting with ourselves. This doesn't mean external circumstances are irrelevant. Hunger is real. Loss is real. Injustice is real. We are not being asked to pretend that pain is just in our heads. We are being invited to recognize that the way we meet pain changes what it becomes inside us. Consciousness doesn't always choose what arrives at the door, but it can often choose how to receive it. When we live on autopilot, old wounds steer the present. But when awareness becomes awake, we begin to see our thoughts as just thoughts, not commandments. We can witness emotions without letting them dictate our identity. We can pause between impulse and action. That pause is a doorway where the inner world begins to change. Consider how quickly heaven and hell appear in ordinary moments. A stranger doesn't return a smile. One mind creates a hell of rejection. People don't like me. Another mind stays free. Maybe they're distracted. A loved one speaks sharply. One mind keeps score and builds a courtroom. Another mind asks, "What's underneath that?" and chooses kindness. Even in solitude, the mind can create either peace or torment. If our inner voice is harsh, the room becomes a prison. If it's gentle, the same room becomes a refuge. So how do we shift states? Not by forcing positivity, but by practicing clarity. Heaven begins when we stop feeding the flames of unnecessary suffering. We can ask simple questions. Is this thought true? Is it helpful? We can return to the body, the breath, the present moment, because the body lives in now, and now is often more workable than the stories of the past and future. We can choose one small act that aligns with the person we want to be. A truthful conversation, a walk, a glass of water, or simply a pause before reacting. Small choices are not small. They are votes for the inner world we inhabit. Heaven and hell are conditions created by consciousness, and consciousness is not fixed, it can be trained. When we cultivate awareness, we are not escaping reality, we are meeting it with a more open mind and a steadier heart. In that widening, we discover something quietly radical. The world outside may be unpredictable, but the world within does not have to be a battlefield. Heaven is available whenever we return to presence, truth, and compassion. Hell loosens its grip whenever we stop mistaking our darkest thoughts for the whole of reality. The most important journey is not to a distant realm, but into the quality of our own awareness. Where we stand inwardly is where we live. And with each breath, we are choosing, again and again, what kind of world to create inside. If you liked this topic and want to learn tools to support your mental health, you will find more in my book Through the Storm by Maria P. Dodd, DMP, available on Amazon. If you resonated with this video, like it, share it, comment on it, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.